Oh, they say we live. We live in here. We live in here. We live in here. Hopefully we don't have any issues like we did last week. What's up? What's good? What's Pop? What's Cracker Percolate? Was really good in the hood. It's your man Theo Butler. We in here. We in here. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. And if it's Wednesday, we got what a week it was Wednesday. We got that. We got that. And we in here. We in here faithfully Wednesday. We got a lot to talk about this evening. I think we got a great show. I think we got a great show. We got to talk about Black Panther. We got to talk about Black Panther. Oh man, we got to talk about Eve Ewing's Black Panther #1. We got to talk about that. I See Avengers 2 featuring T'Challa came out today. Also, the Return of the Ultimate Universe. You know who's featured in that book as well? Damn it, T'Challa. That's a hard dude to get rid of. Like, I don't know how you gonna do it. The dude is showing up in 3 different comic books. Zane Beto, what's going on? D-Real, what's going on, my brother from another? That is the guy that I look up to. I know y'all, I look up to D-Real. I do. But D-Real, did you know that my dog, you know what? We're going to do something different. We're going to try and play along. D-Real might caution me from doing this, but I'm going to play along. This is going to be a truly interactive episode of I'm just saying, what a week it was Wednesday. We're gonna do some call in. We're gonna do some call in. So yeah, as soon as we get everybody in here and everything like that, at least 6-8 people, we're gonna do some call in and everything like that. I tell you what, I would love to hear from my brother right now, D-Real. I would love to hear from him. He got the phone number. D-Real, if you call me and everything like that, I'll put you on speakerphone and because you got my phone number. You got the phone number. So if you call me, brother, I'll put you on speakerphone and everything like that, and we'll give the people with the Rock With Me Nation a different experience this evening and everything like that, where they hear us talk to each other and everything like that, as opposed to just seeing us on live and everything. So, like I said, brother, you got that phone number, you call it in. I got the cell phone right here. Put you on speakerphone and everything like that. Got a lot of stuff. I love to talk, love to have you on and everything like that there. But yeah, so we got Eve Ewing's Black Panther. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Speakerphone. D-Real. He on speakerphone. He on speakerphone. Y'all can hear my brother from another. D-Real.
Yeah.
He
is.
Am I
coming through okay?
Yeah. Can y'all Zane Beto, you out there? Chop it up. Let us know you can hear D-Real. A few aches and pains, but I'm here. Hello, everybody. Come on, your kids. Shout out to my brother getting better and everything like that. We definitely been missing your dog. You did let us know. You was going through some stuff. We definitely glad to have you back and everything like that. Long as you're breathing. That's all we want you to. Long as you can breathe. Yeah. You can breathe. You can read comic books. You can watch movies and everything like that. So, D-Real, my brother from another and everything like that. Yep. I want to open up tonight with this something different because we can talk about Eve Ewing, Black Panther till the cows come home. Put the phone closer to the mic. Put the phone.
That good.
That's good right there. That good. We got Gray and the Beto. I'm gonna say Gray and the Beto.
Gray Beto.
Look, we got the Biddy. We got Zane Beto. We got Gray. Yep. Okay, Zane Beto say we good. So I want to talk about something different. D, and it's something that I thought about. I brought out my Flashpoint comic books yesterday. I bought up my Flashpoint comic books yesterday because I remember I had them. I did. Mr. Tube U92 in the building. What's going on? I bought them out because I remember that I had them. And I want to get your impression on superhero movies that borrow titles from popular story arcs that delivered. The story arcs delivered. But the movie that was named after the story arc failed miserably. We talking about what? Dark Phoenix?
Yeah, Apocalypse. Go ahead.
Age of Apocalypse.
Pretty much anything X-Men. First class. Days of Future Past, Present.
All that. We got Miss Keita in the building. Hey, Miss Keita, how we doing? I would think that the most successful storyline that was adapted for movie purposes, and I'm just saying the most successful, that doesn't mean it was successful, would be the Age of Ultron. It under-delivered in comparison to the comic book.
Well, are we talking about in terms of commercial success? Are we talking about in terms of fan appeal? Or are we talking about sticking to canon and source material?
You know how I do it. I'm talking to you as a comic book fan. That's all I know.
Okay. What'd you say you thought the most successful one was?
I thought the best comic book adaptation of a storyline, and I could be wrong, that's why I got you here, was Age of Ultron.
I mean, can we go even further back than that?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. We old over here.
Okay. In Marvel continuity, in my opinion, the best adaptation of a storyline, first Iron Man movie.
You know what? I ain't even mad at that one. You know what? And you know why I don't think about because that was an origin story. So I don't really think about it, much like Captain America's the first Avenger was an origin story. I'm looking more so long at story arcs. I guess that I should say it like that. Story arcs. We got Age of Ultron. That was a story arc. Flashpoint. That was a story arc. Days of Future Past. That was a story arc. Watch this. The Judas Contract was a story arc.
Are we going animated too?
We here. We comic book fans. Let's talk to yes. Or is it easier?
Okay. Storyline wise, because there's been a lot of different storylines.
Hold on. I think he just don't like him. I think he don't like himself. Because, folks just blurt out stuff without giving it the thought that it needs. We asked a question about storyline. We did. We said, which one? We did. We said that. I stressed that.
Nico, what?
I said a story arc. I did. I said a story arc. Did he give me anything relating to Gotham? Did he give me any storyline related to Gotham? He come in, Jim.
I love Halle Berry. I love me some Halle Berry. However,
does that have anything to do with the question? She wasn't in No Man's Land. He didn't even mention No Man's Land as a story arc. I said story arc. What does Halle Berry as Catwoman have to see? This when I be talking about people just come in blurting stuff, want to be the center of attention and everything like that, and I be trying to stall them out. Be nice. What about Catwoman is a story arc in and of itself, especially Halle Berry. One damn movie.
If I might be allowed to dive in here and say the first Ultimate Avengers animated movie.
I like that.
That didn't stray too far from the source material at all.
No, it did not. He asked me something.
I mean, a couple tweets here and there, but for the most part, that was literally Hickman on the screen.
Okay, we got Kamoyo Kid. He says Age of Ultron was okay, but it went way off track. Now that I agree with. Age of Ultron did underwhelm. The Black Panther BET series was good too. Boy, you know what? Comprehension is a mug, ain't it? Okay. Leave that alone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was literally the comic book. If we
that's what I'm looking at. Like,
so yeah, how much more direct can that adaptation get?
Right, like this. I think we're missing a point here because we're not listening to understand. We're listening to respond, and I think that's where the problem is coming into life. So, Nico, what we're talking about is story arcs from comic books that have been brought over to the big screen. Which was the best one? Halle Berry. I'm not high right now, and I don't think you smoke, so I don't know where that answer came from. I don't. I don't like. I love you, my brother. I do, but I just need you to just like. Ain't no weed going on right now. Ain't no psychedelic tripping going on. Like I don't know. It's all. It ain't even 8 o'clock yet. I don't think you done had something to drink. So I just need you to stay on task. Don't, cause I got my petty. I keep it with me, and D-Real on the line. He petty too. He petty too.
And I was thinking while you were talking, as far as the adaptation of a story, and you mentioned the Judas Contract.
Yes.
What about the Death and the Return of Superman?
I like that. That was a good adaptation. I especially like the second time around.
Right. Yeah.
The second time around.
The one where they actually kind of fooled with Reign of the Superman.
Right, when they had the Justice League.
And you got Steel, and you got the Eradicator, and you got Kid Superman.
Yes. That one, I'm gonna miss that one. I'm gonna miss the DC animated universe because I was liking it. I was loving it. They was giving us everything that we weren't getting on Marvel. Let me get up here with Kamoyo Kid. He says the 3 story arcs jumbled to make that third Nolan Batman film would have stood on their own if they went with one by itself. This is true. The Christopher Nolan, that story arc, that Batman, that No Man's Land. Everybody got the No Man's Land in Batman 3 if they read Batman No Man's Land. Everybody got that. Everybody, just like I think everybody got the reference to Demon in a Bottle. Those that had read that storyline, we got the reference to that in Iron Man 2. I think we did get that. That was a nice one. The reason why,
and that's actually, I think it was a more condensed version of that story, whereas that story occurred over several issues. They just kind of compiled it into the course of one night. You know, Tony Stark's acting a fool. You don't deserve this armor. I'm taking it back.
Nico did redeem himself. It's a straight up adaptation, by the way, but he does redeem himself. Answering your question, I believe the Dark Knight Returns animated movie where Batman went toe to toe with Superman. That is a great adaptation.
Bingo.
Yeah, Nico, that's a great adaptation. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this, why I thought this would be a great topic for tonight, is we've heard things like superhero fatigue. We've seen it recently where superhero movies aren't doing that well. And we have people that keep throwing out this reason and that reason. The reason to me, and you tell me how you feel about this, D, is that the comic book, the movie company, they are not, and we've talked about this before in regards to them not honoring the source material, but they're even being worse with it to me. Using a popular story arc, the title, throwing it on the movie, and the movie has nothing to do with that story arc. I think that's reprehensible, and I think that's why the movies that they're releasing now aren't doing as well as they would hope. What's your take on that?
It's funny that you should even say that, Theo. In the very movie I was thinking about that the entire time it was out, and then people were talking about it as just like wasted opportunity as well as name, Thor Ragnarok. Now, first, if you've ever read a Thor comic book where the subject of Ragnarok was addressed, your first question is, why did you name this movie Ragnarok? You named this movie Ragnarok for no other purpose but to say either one, people who are familiar with Norse mythology are going to be like, ooh, a movie about Ragnarok, I'm there for it. Or people who are familiar with the comic book and go, Ragnarok? Oh yeah, Midgard Serpent, Fenris Wolf, Odin flexing, Thor flexing, Loki flexing, Surtur flexing, all of them flexing against each other. Yeah, okay, so that's the kind of movie I'm gonna get. Now, you didn't get none of that. So I feel like, yeah, it is absolutely, while they are within their rights to do so, people like Marvel and DC that appropriate these titles and say this is a movie, no, they being disingenuous. They just don't care.
I think Nico hit the nail dead on the head. He said, I believe the exact fatigue that we're dealing with is our frustration and exhaustion of the biggest comic book companies not having the balls to follow their own source material. I think that is absolutely right.
I would 100% agree with that, Nico. Yes. I wouldn't say it's fatigue so much as it is frustration.
I think we're comic book fans, if I was to speak on it, that last Dark Phoenix saga was where, to a degree, it was like, okay, you're not gonna be able to fool us no more. Because we gave them a chance. We was like, you whiffed on it the first time around. You finna give it to us again? This was after the Age of Apocalypse. We was like, okay, cool. So I think it's gotten to the point where, as someone alluded to, Mr. YouTube says, good point, Nico. I think it's gotten to the point where comic book fans, as somebody told us before, I don't, when I think about the person, it make me feel some type of way, especially the conversation that me, you, and another YouTuber had off channel, off social media. The fact that this YouTuber said, well, they don't make the movies for comic book fans. That, I feel like that's a cop out and that's BS, because you're underappreciating the comic book fan. If it weren't for the comic book fan, your ass would not know anything about this damn movie. You wouldn't know who the key character was in this damn movie if it wasn't for the comic book fan.
And therein, Theo, lies the problem. Misplaced appreciation.
Right.
Who is it you really need to have appreciating you? Who is it that you really need to impress? Who is it that you really need to wow at the box office? Is it showing? Is it showing? Did it show just this past weekend with The Flash? Well, who is it you got to wow? Well, do you have to wow the people who love a certain actor, regardless of what they have or haven't done? Or is it us? You got to take that story and do right by it.
Well, watch this. And I could be wrong. I think, to a degree, the comic book fan is still underappreciated. I don't think we're telling a fan of Westerns that they don't make movies for fans of Westerns. I don't think we're saying that. I don't think we're saying we're telling fans of science fiction, the science fiction genre, that they're really not making movies for you. I think what we've had is people that feel, casual people that feel, because they made their money, their fame, popularity off going to the superhero movie and casually talking about the superhero movie, that comic book fans aren't to be appreciated. I think we've shown, by and large, since 2022, the beginning of 22, that we're not to be taken lightly. You don't get the movie right, we don't care who's in it. We don't care who's writing it. We don't care how much nudity you put in the movie. We don't care how many jokes you put in the movie. We're not showing up.
That, you know what I'm saying? I don't, and if I don't even set out to go see a movie and everybody around me is coming to me and telling me a movie is terrible,
that says a lot. That says a lot.
You know, and it's like, is this trip really necessary? But that's been the dynamic more often than not. I mean, I know you did, and I pretty much did the same thing as far as Marvel movies. Until y'all recast T'Challa, I'm not spending any money.
That's how you draw your line in the sand. Let me keep up with these notes. Uncle Taki says, greetings. Nico says, Ragnarok was supposed to be a 3-part movie, in my opinion. Dark Phoenix was the closest to a true adaptation in anything, and it sucked both times. I was mad that they were scared to bring in the Skrulls. That threw me. The Kamoyo Kid says, I knew after the Dark World and Malekith and Curse being botched, all Thor films from there on would suck. Gray says they think the comic book fans aren't the best paying customers. This is true. I agree with that 100%. And not comic book fans, we don't just go to the movies, we buy the merch. Like that's the other thing. The comic book fan isn't just going to the movie. The comic book fan is going to their local comic book store, buying the comic book, either A, based on the movie, or they were already buying the comic book that the movie is based on. They're going to get some merch. Like, that's what the comic book fan checks off all boxes. Let me get here with Mr. YouTube. The comic book fan says the comic book fans are the glue of these franchises. We are the hardcore fans. If you piss us off, then you're gambling with the fickle general audience. Batman, when they played around with that, We needed Wesley Snipes to come back with Blade for us to jump back in it again. Kamoyo Kid says these poor box office sales show casuals don't drive up sales the way fans do. And that's who they're making these movies for. You think that light would go off at some point in time. Great. Who walks into a burning house, to see a burning house to see what's going on? Right.
Yeah.
And Nico responds, if I say it once, I'll say it again. Ryan Coogler cost us a potential for $1 billion bag when he decided to attach Chad to T'Challa. I recently finished listening to the official podcast. Yeah, it's that podcast is something to listen to. D. Steve's the moderators in the building. I'm gonna tell you what I was thinking about, because Nico said something. The comic book fan. Ryan Coogler. We've talked a lot about
in here.
We talked a lot about how we hold Ryan Coogler and he who shall remain nameless responsible. My question to you, because you're older than me, you've been doing this longer than I have and everything like that. Who do we want to place more blame with? Is it Nate Moore, who was over Ryan Coogler? Is it CB Cebulski and Will Moss, who were over that dude? Or do we give those who are over? Because me as a football coach, I'm not of the mindset that if the player get it wrong, it's on me to make sure the player get it right. If the player can't get it right, then it's on me to get that player out the game. I can't keep putting that player out there as the coach and they getting it wrong, because that's an indictment on my ability to lead. My question to you, when we look at Ryan Coogler, we look at that dude, ain't gonna mention his name, that dude. Should we be focused on them? Should it be 50-50? Or do those over them who are supposed to supervise them, should they get, because I don't think we're calling Will Moss and CB Cebulski out. Like, and I've been thinking about that more. We're not laying the burden of responsibility at their feet like we're laying at the other dude's feet. So that's my question to you. When it comes to these movies, is it the writer or is it the person that's over the writer?
As a former military guy, there will always be a chain of command. I always recognize the chain of command in any organization. If the editor and the editor-in-chief, quote, unquote, are in charge or got the final say, then they have a responsibility first to understand the material that they are editing. And second, they have an obligation to the fans, knowing what the fans do and don't like, to give them what they want. Not always giving them what they want, because that, making them desire something drives up sales.
Right.
That's how you write a good story. But for the most part, yeah, you got a responsibility. You can't just lay it all at the feet of that artist unless that artist shoulders that responsibility, or you see or you hear something from that artist that says, I reinforce this BS view that I am foisting upon y'all, similar to the cat who will remain nameless. Yeah, CB Cebulski and Will Moss totally got responsibility over that, but I feel like, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, they was cool with what was going on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would have put some panties on it much faster.
I believe, and we don't want to make this about that particular author, that particular story run and everything like that. But I'm of the mindset that, yeah, when I look at that author, when I look at his previous writings in Esquire magazine, I look at what's going on when it comes to characters of color in comics, I believe they were perfectly fine with it. Now, might there be a mandate that you can't get it wrong this time coming from those over Will Moss and CB Cebulski? I believe it's somebody over them that's like, you can't get that wrong this time around. You can't get that wrong this time around. If you do, you're going to be walking out the door with the author, with the writer. You're going to be walking out the door right along with the writer.
Yeah, but that's also what media is for. Media is to spin a story. Like I said so many times in so many videos, especially when it comes to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, actors get paid to act. What you hearing them say on the screen, what you hearing them say in interviews, what you hearing them say at conventions and all of that, what make you think they ain't being paid to do that? They're still under contract.
You've always alluded to
help
that.
You gotta help with the propaganda. You're in this movie, so you gotta help us push the propaganda. That does not necessarily mean that the propaganda originates with that actor,
right?
That director.
Right. No, you always alluded to that, and I've always appreciated that, because I think we even go to the movie Mrs. Doubtfire, where Robin Williams was playing Mrs. Doubtfire. He got up on the witness stand and everything like that, delivered a touching testimony, and the judge commented on the fact that you're a paid actor. And I think we as fans sometimes we take for granted when an actor is and isn't acting. I think we take that for granted. But let me keep up with these notes. Nate Moore and Feige, they should have told Coogler, this is from Zane Beto, they should have told Coogler to take a break from the franchise until he finished grieving. That should have been their directive if that's what they truly wanted. Kevin Feige, to me, is the dude who walked to that podium 48 hours after Derek Bozeman made his statement, and then he waited 5 months after William Hurt had passed away to say he was going to recast Thunderbolt Ross. So as far as I'm concerned, when it's in regards to Kevin Feige is a deceptive butt wipe. I will say that. He speaks out of both sides of his neck. He's disingenuous, especially when it comes to truly caring about the actor who we have over my right shoulder. That's how I feel about Kevin Feige. Truly disingenuous, does not care about those that he says he cares about. Victoria Alonso was a sacrificial lamb for Kevin Feige, and Nate Moore. And Nate is the one that needs to be gone, but I talk about that all day long. MCU's Black Panther should have been a 9-film franchise with 2 or 3 different actors if necessary. Facts, Nico. He made the announcement and then moonwalked his way out of that situation. Damn sure did. Nico being with the team, the specific artist we're talking about, Coogler, literally took a grieving wife and made her be involved in the making of Wakanda Forever. I literally threw my phone at the wall. But you have so many people, and I think this is where they missed the boat. This behind me is a testament of a Black Panther fan. If I'm not mistaken, right? So it's safe to say I know and I care about the character. Not gonna have the actor up there if I don't know something about the actor. These are the people that's gonna spend money. These are the people that call. Watch this, D. You're gonna like this one. That will cause money to circulate in the Marvel community, because they'll keep spending that money in the Marvel community. When you piss off, you alienate the Marvel comic book fan, we become independent comic book fans.
Yep.
Is that what you want?
Yep, exactly. And it's more them than it is of y'all. So we got more choices. You need to tread lightly about how you moving and how you treating your true day one fan.
Yes. Kamoyo Kid said Coogler and his ilk get their marching orders from above, so guys like Feige and the editors at Marvel hold the most blame. I believe that. I concur with that one, Kamoyo. Gray, the influencers and journalists were in full troll mode during the lead up to that film. Absolutely. What I did not like about it, because I reached out to quite a few of them, and this is going to coincide with the stuff that we're hearing from Hollywood recently, the music industry, in regards to how Puffy handles his business, as to what could or could not have actually happened, resulting in Jamie Foxx being hospitalized and everything like that. They have their own agenda. And they push their own agendas. It was did you not get the feeling that there was a wall when we were trying to talk about the significance of why T'Challa should be recast, when we were trying to talk about what transpired 3 months after the movie came out, what they were trying to do?
A willful and purposeful disconnect. And that willful and that purposeful disconnect was, no matter what was said regarding that movie, it always And if it ain't always, then it's 99.99% of the time. It came back 2 words from the other side: misogynist or misogynoir. So we're so distracted, arguing and bickering and moaning and pissing about I'm misogynoir. No, you're not misogynoir. You are misogynoir. No, I'm not misogynoir. The whole entire point was being missed. Not one time did anybody allude to or say, we don't want Shuri in the movie, or we don't want Shuri in the role, or we don't want Shuri to assume the mantle. Because we read the comic books and we know what happened. Our issue was not with her assuming the mantle. Our issue was with her assuming the mantle and T'Challa not being alive.
That's the one.
They just kept sidetracking and swerving and deviating from it. And y'all talking about women and how come y'all against lesbians? And it ain't got nothing to do with none of that.
If I could, because it was very, very telling to me that comic book fans, Ringerverse, had Nate Moore on there and soft shoed him while he was in front of them. I was blown away. Jemele Hill, who has went hard in the paint on ESPN, I was blown away when she had Nate Moore in front of her and she soft shoed the interview. Now, I expected the other YouTuber to soft shoot the interview. I did. I expected that all day long. You're not gonna do nothing. You didn't play your hand. You didn't show who you were. But it befuddles me. Those who talk about black representation, and that's why I don't wave that black flag no more. That's why I don't wave that black flag. That's one of the reasons, because it's way too many people waving that black flag, and that black flag ain't got nothing behind it. I was blown.
It's actually an Oreo cookie.
Yeah, I was blown by so-called hyper pro-black journalists. They know the significance of this character. Like that's the #1 black character in comics. Aurora #2. Knowing the significance of this, having seen the same interviews that you and I have seen in regards to Chadwick Boseman, Sirius XM radio and everything like that, seeing the same thing that we saw, soft shoe this particular issue. Nobody that looks like us has even doubled back to question not only Nate Moore, but even Kevin Feige in how they changed course in regards to William Hurt and Thunderbolt Ross and Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa.
That's called a successful hoodwink of the masses.
No, but you see, so it's like, as a person of color, when you have so-called journalists that look like you, that always got something to say about black injustices and things of that nature, and we should be, it makes you look at them with a side eye, like the Oprah Winfreys, like the Tyler Perrys, like the Diddy's. And it's like, so, because I'm putting money in your pocket. That's the whole thing I'm looking at. But you got a whole secret agenda up there when it comes to that. Is that really? Because like I said, that invisible wall, that invisible ceiling, well, we got that from old Ascot himself. And didn't Ascot go off? Didn't even touch it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. I mean, it's like, why even, if you know you're being disingenuous, and you know, or more accurately, when you know somebody's being disingenuous to you, why do you yield to that foolish mindset? Either one, you don't know no better, or two, you ain't been taught no better. You know what I'm saying? Who is it said? P.T. Barnum is a sucker born every minute. If I can get you hooked emotionally, oh, you're mine. And that's exactly what happened with that movie. We coming from an emotional angle, and everybody who knew they were coming from an emotional angle was like, I already know what's getting ready to happen. If you even open your mouth and speak out and say something about this movie, you're gonna get attacked by a bunch of people because they've been totally confused. And I think Nico alluded to it in the comments. Okay, the masses by and large had a huge problem disconnecting Chadwick Boseman from the character that he played.
Now,
include the people that made that damn movie.
Now watch this, because we were talking about earlier about storylines, how the companies, the comic book companies, inexplicably are getting the storylines wrong. Well, even though they didn't name it that, what those of us who don't read comics don't know is that was the Deadliest of the Species storyline that they gave us. That was the Deadliest of the Species, and it was a piss poor version of the Deadliest of the Species storyline, because it ain't like Ryan Coogler did anything original in that movie. He borrowed from who he borrowed from? Who he borrowed from? Reginald Hudlin. Am I right or wrong? Are you there? Be real.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, are you there? In regards to in regards to the movie that we got with Black Panther, wasn't that Reginald Hudlin's Deadliest of the Species? Wasn't that storyline, that story arc?
That's that empowered.
That empowered. So if we look at that, even though they didn't call it Deadliest of the Species, that was still a storyline that the comic book studio inexplicably got horrifically wrong. No different than Flashpoint.
Yeah, all day.
No different than Age of Apocalypse. No different than, they just didn't name it that, but they got that storyline, that plot, that story arc completely all the way wrong, which is what we were talking about. Getting story arcs wrong. It was right there written for them in black and white and everything in color. Reginald Hudlin had did a great, John Mayberry had done a great job sewing it up and everything like that. And you get, this is what happens though. Question. D. Stevens said Jemele Hill, aka Miss Straight Black Men, are the white people of black. Okay. Jemele Hill, I like Jemele, I do, but I lost a ton of respect for her on that interview because I've had talkings with Jemele Hill before where she stated some stuff that was actual factual. I'm gonna say actual factual, but I believe when it comes to this comic book knowledge, Jemele Hill, like way too many others who think they are more intelligent than some other people, especially comic book fans, she, as well as Ringerverse, as well as Roland Martin, as well as anybody else, got this one completely all the way to the hell wrong. Let me catch up on this note. Jemele Hill, aka Miss Straight Black Men, are the white people of black people. Long as she keep referring to a color, I'm gonna let Jemele be her, because I don't, until somebody can show me where black at on the map, I ain't got to do with all that. The Kamoyo Kid, Tyler Perry, until somebody can show me where black at on the map, I don't claim that. It don't do nothing. What does Black Lives Matter do? Nothing. What is Black Power? I don't know. Like, all these people talking about black, I ain't seen black do a damn thing. I done seen some African Americans do some stuff. I done seen some people of color do some stuff. But black folk, Let me see. If Tyler Perry does buy BET, won't be any black heroes on it.
He already has.
That's what I thought. I thought he'd already had it. But Marcus and Josh,
he is the new owner.
Marcus and Josh alluded to that today on their W's and L's and everything like that. To Tyler Perry, I'm like this.
And VH1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Here's the thing. We ain't got to support it. That's the whole thing. Like, I got options on the table of what I want or what I can consume, and I don't watch Oprah Winfrey. Low key, I don't watch BET. I ain't watched BET since the days back. So he can buy it. If he want to lose money, he can take that L. He not going to, are we really thinking Tyler Perry is going to put back 106 in Park? No.
Nah.
No, let me see. BET videos. He gonna do that? He gonna bring back Video Soul? No.
That would be nice. That would be
not gonna nice. Watch this. Is he gonna bring back Teen Summit? No. Is he gonna, because with BET, you really could give us a 6 o'clock news programming every day at 6 o'clock on BET where we got our own news. We think he gonna do that? No. Black science fiction shows, because if he owns the network, he got 7 days worth of programming. Do we think we're gonna get a black superhero show, a black western, a black science fiction show. No, what you're gonna get are a lot of black religious programming. That's what you're gonna get. Whether it's serious, whether it's comedy, that's his genre. That's what he's going to give you. You're gonna get a lot of old movies replayed over and over again.
Hey, Thea.
Yeah.
Real quick, look at that comment that Plant Poppy made and tell me what you think about that.
Let me say, I like to pose a question. Do y'all think Marvel created Tucson and making him Haitian just to quiet EM and to recast the T'Challa movement? That's the one you want me to read?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because
that's giving EM a lot of credit.
It is. It's giving him a lot of credit. But watch this. If that's what they were doing, huh?
He kissed enough butt for it.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and I like this. I think, D, you help me out because I want to make sure we stay on point here. I think Marvel Studios had a plan. I did. I do. I think they had a plan. And I think that plan was based on the fact that somebody was the Lord and Shepherd of the recast T'Challa movement. I think that person was
John Campia.
Yeah, I think the grandfather and the father of the recast T'Challa movement were purposefully put there, and they were put there to quiet any noise in regards to this character being recast. They couldn't guarantee that. One person definitely couldn't guarantee it. That person don't even mention recast T'Challa in their videos anymore. He won't say it. You can put it in the video. He's not going to regurgitate recast T'Challa. So now they don't know. It's almost, if I could say it, D, and you can speak on this more so than I can because you're a certified actor. A runaway character. T'Challa right now is a runaway character. That's the character that they want to kill off, and it can't happen. It can't. Too much fan support. The dude is in 3 comic books this year, not 2, 3. His own, the Avengers, and the Ultimates. Like, I just found that out that he's in that book as part of the Illuminati. So that's the guy.
I'll put it like this. From the first mention of vibranium in the MCU, you already set the stage for what character needed to be seen. When you mentioned Wakanda in Age of Ultron, when you featured Claw in Age of Ultron, you obligated yourself to put that character on the screen. Then when you finally put that character on the screen, the subsequent 2 movies that followed and the level of success that you got, why would you not want to continue duplicating that? Ain't that what a billion dollar corporation is about doing? I want to keep making billions of dollars if I'm making billions of dollars, right? But then you want to make a decision based on someone who is, or groups of people, or whatever you want to call it, who are emotionally compromised. But I'm just rehashing the same shit I say in videos I already said it in. But there was emotional compromise there. But instead of saying, like someone said in the comments, why don't you go sit down for a couple of months and maybe we can approach this later? They went on ahead and ran with that and made it the focus of that movie.
But watch this. Why are we even talking about when he passed? What about 3 months after the movie debuted? They wanted to move the mantle then.
Like, I mean, we can go there.
But we're not gonna do that.
It was widespread and obvious to everyone at the point where they said, oh, this is to honor him. Whenever that conversation started coming out, to honor him, which was December 2020, we honoring him.
Right.
And then that was the propaganda.
Still ain't got that movie.
That got pushed. I didn't believe it then, and I still don't believe it.
Nick.
So Yeah, I mean, so it's like, I mean, define honor in a dictionary and tell me that's what you were doing. That's what you have been doing. That's what you set out to do. You haven't done it yet.
At all. And I'm still waiting on the Chadwick Boseman movie biopic, but you know, hey, it's that's what that is. So let's move it right along and everything like that. Brother, you read Black Panther issue 1. You read it. I read Black Panther issue 1. We've talked to quite a few people in regards to it. We've talked to Chillmonger. We've talked to Marcus and Josh. I want to pull the curtains back on the issue in this episode and everything like that. Bare naked, raw feelings. I don't know how many times you read the book. I don't know if you read it once or you read it twice and everything. But your first impression.
I think we talked about it on the Discord yesterday. T'Challa kicked more ass in Black Panther #1 than he did in the whole Piddly run.
Here we go. You ready? Y'all, if y'all read Black Panther #1 by Eve Ewing, y'all let us know in the comment section. I'm pretty sure D can see it on where he's at and everything like that. How did you feel about T'Challa finally whooping ass? Like, like I don't want to put too much on that, but it was like, oh, you got the dude sleep? We don't even see the dude sleep. Like, you didn't put the dude to sleep.
Hey, you kicking folks in their back and they landed on their face.
We ain't seen that in a minute. I felt bad for the Hattusazade because it looked like she fell on her throat. That's what it looked like. I was like, damn.
I think it was a place that was not designed for you to be landing on the ground on.
I was elated. Like, just we were 3 pages in. And the dude was asleep. The dude that snatched the purse was asleep on the ground, unconscious. Yeah. Like, I'm like, wow. Like, that's how you drawing it. And then the 3 Hattusazade, and it's like we ain't get none of this.
they caught swift fades.
Did you wait? How did you feel? Let me make sure I stay up with these notes. I never saw anyone as the face leader of the recast movement, but the mainstream did. That was D. Steezel said Marvel did. Nico says it's like they were scared to go against the status quo of Hollywood. It was already started, but they had the wrong chaps attached to the franchise. Gray said he's still their best character. No way Horn doesn't even count, in my opinion. He generated $1.3 billion on his own with no other vendors assisted. This is true. Just the world behind it. Just the word behind it. You no lies detected, Gray. But then D and Theo, this one come on your kid. But then D and Theo came through that mud like Onyx and upset everything Disney's Perry. Hey man, we love our damn dog. Like, you not finna just talk about our dog like that and think we ain't gonna bark bear. No, you're not gonna do that.
Hey, been rocking since like 74, 75.
Listen,
y'all ain't getting ready to do that.
I think people had the thing twisted. I think to a degree, by and large, they still have it twisted. Peter Parker fans think T'Challa ain't got that. He does. Bruce Wayne fans think T'Challa ain't got that. He does. Don't sleep on that. Don't get that wrong for nothing in the world. And I don't know why Tony Stark fans feel that way, because Tony Stark fans just became Tony Stark fans. That's a basic new phenomenon around here at Marvel. So I don't know what they got going on. But T'Challa been having some Rough Riders for ages now. Like, don't nobody need to think he ain't got nobody that's gonna ride for him. Like, that ain't what that is. You gave him to us. You let the genie out the bottle. You effed up. Now you finna take him back? No, we're not playing like that.
Hey, Theo, what Grace said? Grace said, better question. How does Steve Rogers feel about T'Challa kicking butt again in his comics?
We gonna find out.
Because I already said him and Sam is 1 and 2 on the list to catch phase.
Got to. And I want to say this because I think you and I touched on it earlier when we were talking about who bears the burden of responsibility when it comes to getting stuff right. What I wanted to say is this, and you've heard me say it and everything like that. Eve, we want you to win. Yeah. There's no Black Panther fan that wants to see you get this wrong. Because if you get it wrong, it's wrong for T'Challa. Like, that's what that is at the end of the day. So we want you to get this right. We need you to get this right. And we're willing to be a source of information for you to get it right, because we don't trust the two dudes that's over you. We don't.
Exactly. And it's like this. Eve, we already know T'Challa's in a hole, and we know you got that on your back, and you trying to climb out of that hole. All we saying, girl, is if you need some help, lean on me when you're not strong.
I'll be your friend.
You know
I'll help you carry on.
Hey, I'm
so
not here to be.
You won't be wrong.
Hey,
but listen, we out here, and you know what, D? I love that, and I know some people try and twist that, make that be something. Or they just want to. No. We don't want to do anything other than have this character be successful. We ain't trying to be on nobody's talk show. We ain't trying to interview nobody. We ain't trying to show up at nobody's Comic-Con, because ain't none of that worth a damn if the character ain't around. Don't none of that mean individual success does not matter if this character ain't done right. So we don't give two damns about that. I want to stress that. What we care about is Eve being able to put this character back where they need to be, and we willing to help. Ain't nobody gonna knock her. We're gonna be constructively critical.
Oh, please believe. Please believe.
We're gonna do that. But we're gonna be a weapon.
But what is criticism? You know what I'm saying? Versus how people take it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, as you alluded to, as an actor, criticism is teaches you what not to do.
Watch this. Zane Beto says T'Challa said equal rights, equal lefts. He did her dirty. He did. He dropped on her neck. But watch this. She shouldn't have been in a high-two uniform in the first damn place. You put that uniform on, you're gonna get dropped on your neck. She want to get treated like a Dora. Stay over there with the Doors.
I do you one better, Theo, and we already alluded to this. She had on her attire, which is traditionally men, right?
That's what that is.
And my man did hit her from behind, right? So he get it.
I ain't saying that. But hey, you do that. Punks jump up to get beat down. You had on the wrong outfit. You should have had on the Dora outfit. Matter of fact, had you had on the Dora, because the Doors, she ain't really talking about them, look like they just doing their own thing right now. But you got on that high too, you gonna get dropped on your neck more than you. Stop playing with it. Let me see, make sure. Felt like a good old-fashioned, from D. Steezel, felt like a good old-fashioned superhero comic, had enough of that self-insertion, real-world storytelling in it. Yes, I liked it. Were there some opportunities? But yes, but they were few and far between. How you feel, D? Did you like the story?
Yeah, I mean, they told just enough story to get you invested, but didn't tell you too much to where you was like, I don't know if I want to keep reading. It's like, okay, there's development, and I want to see how this develops. So that's basically what a good first issue is about. And also, you had enough action to where I didn't get just caught up in the action. The story was unfolding, and like the side conversations about democracy versus a monarchy, things like the cybernetic fella, the new villain base.
Oh man,
all of that. It's like I want to see how all of that develops in the issues to come.
You mentioned the cybernetic dude. I thought that was a nice touch by Chris Allen to show the guy rubbing his shoulder, because he got his ass whooped. Like, for him to be like this, you're like, oh, T'Challa just put them hands on you and let you walk. Like that. That's what you need to be thankful of. T'Challa put them hands on you and let you walk. But I thought this comic book, because we talked about it, Marcus and I did, in regards to her storytelling with Photon. This comic book,
and I watched that video.
The first issue was well paced. I think if we could use that terminology, the first issue to me was well paced. It was a well-paced comic book.
Yeah. They didn't overdo anything.
No, they didn't.
Just enough of everything. Good first issue so far.
Yeah, and I some people stated that they had a problem that there was crime. I think, as we alluded to, it's going to be crime somewhere. Like it's we got the Golden City, we got burning Azaria, and we got burning T'Chaka. And I'm pretty sure there's some other places around here, but it's crime somewhere in one of them. Like, ain't nobody got zero crime. I think the question.
And I think you said it best. I forget which video it was, but on the first page, it says Bernine T'Chaka is a city of want. Okay? If it's a city of want, that don't mean it's a flourishing utopia. Okay? That means there is some lack. And where there is some lack, there are a lot of people in a very tightly condensed area. So you have that, and then there's opportunity. Those are the three things you need for crime to occur.
And I think this is something that maybe we as Black Panther readers have been taking for granted over the years. T'Challa is the king of a nation, not a city, a nation. Peter Parker gets to swing around Queens. He does. Then you got Cap hanging around in Brooklyn. Then you got Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen. T'Challa is it for an entire nation. That's crazy. What's even crazier is with us knowing that no one, Batman got, where's Dick at? Bloodhaven. He ain't got me in Bloodhaven. It's crazy for it to be 2023, knowing that Wakanda is a nation that no other writers have even dared to flesh out the surrounding cities or introduce heroes to watch over those. We got Batman in Gotham, and we got Clark, Superman in Metropolis, right?
Right.
As readers, we're really, because we love T'Challa, we're really not even processing he's responsible for protecting a whole nation. Do you know how impossible that is as one person? What are other heroes at for Wakanda? What are other villains at for Wakanda? The stories that we getting in the USA for the heroes in the USA, Wakanda is an entire nation that ain't even being filled out like that. Your thoughts on that?
As we alluded to before, like I said, crime is a real thing. And I feel like depicting it like they have in this book is a good thing. Just because there's crime in Wakanda doesn't make Wakanda any less of a nation. You know what I'm saying? There's crime in every nation. That's what we need to wrap our brains around. T'Challa and nobody else who ever talks about Wakanda has ever described it as a perfect society.
Right.
Technologically advanced, better in some ways, but not perfect. So because of that, I want to see that. And how harsh of an element is it? We see where it is just in Bernine T'Chaka, and is that the only element of crime? Of course not. If we're talking about this being a successful run, then yeah, there's got to be more crime.
I think there has to be more, and and go with me when I say this one. Africa is a continent, right?
Whole entire.
Wakanda is a nation on the continent, right?
Exactly.
There are cities in a nation, right?
Yep.
We should honestly be getting more stories about other characters besides T'Challa when it comes to Wakanda. Like Burning Azaria should have their own story. Superhero, villain, whatever. Same thing with Burning T'Chaka. Because we got the Golden City. Now, if T'Challa is in Burning T'Chaka, who's watching over the Golden City? Who's watching Burn? Because he can't be in two places at one time. Who's watching over Burning Azaria? There's more to it, and this part of the show is in by no means saying what Eve should or shouldn't do and everything like that. This is more just looking at Marvel as a whole and saying, hey, you got a lot of meat on the bone when it comes to Wakanda as far as telling stories, characters that we are that are just disappearing, not to be heard from ever again. That's a whole damn nation, just like the United States of America. What we doing?
More than likely, not duplicating that example. we want to, in America, we want to say we're the standard. We're not the standard.
I'm just,
and there could be something too said about Bernine T'Chaka, and as far as how Eve Ewing is writing it, that she might even to some degree be Americanizing.
When somebody alluded to the artist having the window AC units, I was like, I ain't want to say nothing.
I mean, it's Wakanda, and how do we know they cool they buildings the same way that people do in the United States? They might cool their buildings a different way. Maybe vibranium has a property in the clothes that they don't know about.
Something, it has to be something relatable though. I mean,
how is T'Challa running around Africa and all black and he ain't sweating like a Hebrew slave?
Boy, look here. Look here. And this one look a little bit thicker than the other suit. The other suit look lightweight. This one look heavy. Watch this. I'm of the mindset that with Wakanda being a nation, right? And there being several cities in a nation, right? Not the crew. Why Wakanda don't have her own Avengers? Like if we got the Soviet super soldiers, like with Crimson Dynamo and everything like that, and then we got an Asian team, a team over in Asia.
There is in comic book continuity. There is a nation called Azania in Africa, and it is home to the supremacists, and they are a South African version of the Avengers.
Do y'all hear that? Hey, I don't know who rocking with us. Did y'all hear? D-Real, can you repeat that one more time, please? What's the name?
There is a fictional nation in Africa in Marvel Comics continuity called Azania. In Azania, they have a South African group of superheroes called the Supremacists. Just like that name implies, South Africa supremacists. Yep, that. And it should also be noted that T'Challa took them on and beat them single-handedly in one issue.
We got meat on the bone. We got meat on the bone. That's what I be talking about. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. We got meat on the bone. I want to make sure we keep it right going because what is it, 8:34? We got a love for action figures. We love us some action figures around here. Y'all can see we love action figures around here. What's going on, Big Ronnie? What's going on? Keep up with these notes with all the unrest and upheaval. Of course, there are parts of Wakanda and poverty and chaos. I hope we get street level heroes. I do too. Very well said, Kamoyo. It's still too early to call this a W though. Hold on, I got to make sure I keep up with these notes. Kamoyo had something with all the it's still, this is too early to call this a W though. If this first arc is solid, we should be good. Yeah, if the first arc is solid. Grace says, Steve, Sam going over to the Avengers Tower to see what T'Challa is talking about. Sam, I wasn't the one who told him to go back to Wakanda. Why I gotta go catch your fever? Steve tell my dog to go back to Wakanda. Hey, he got to get it. Nico says, get this, Wakanda has a mutant and a speech there, and we ain't got not one damn solo story for either. We don't. What up, Mr. Theo? That's Ronnie. Theo, I've been saying that for years. Why the hell Africa don't have their own Avengers like Team Africa continent made of 53 countries, let alone Wakanda? And Papa said there's crime in burning T'Chaka. Yep, the supremacy. So, man, listen, I thank y'all so much for rocking with me. I kind of dug the Agents of Wakanda. I did too. The Agents of Wakanda, the crew. I did. I just, it's a whole damn nation over there, Steve. And I'm just like, it's a lot of folks over there for one dude to look over them. Like, I know he's T'Challa, but damn. So D-Real.
Yes, sir.
Valorverse. Did you see the SUV they dropping?
Yes, I did, sir. It's a thing of beauty.
SUV, to all my action figure collectors and everything like that. We shifted gear. 5-speed. We shifting gears. You know, we talk about action figures over here. We make it do what it do. Myself, D-Real and everything like that. We got Diabolical Nerd on the visuals and everything like that, the dioramas. We got my other brother, Mr. Ray Smith, actually my mentor, Mr. Ray Smith, and everything like that. Dropping figures, customizing everything. So, Valiverse, I want to say 2 weeks ago, they have a vehicle. Help me out, D. Help me out. A SUV that, if I'm not mistaken, seats 6. Am I right? Seat 6?
Yep, it certainly does.
Seat 6 with a ton of accessories. It's anywhere from 175 to 199, because he said he wasn't going to 200. Was it 199? 100.
Nine. Yep.
$199. There have been people that have had a lot to say about the G.I. Joe Dragonfly. Did you see the G.I. Joe Dragonfly? Steve, D-Real, did you see the G.I. Joe Dragonfly?
I did.
Okay. So we got vehicles. Make sure I keep it up with these notes. The Agents of Wakanda. That exact reason is the reason I keep developing my Black Panther fan fiction character. Absolutely. Make sure you also want to make sure you're working on your writing skills and everything like that. So don't stop writing. Don't stop. Get it. But vehicles. So G.I. Joe Hasbro just released the Dragonfly a couple of weeks ago, about 2-3 weeks ago, and they've shown what the third figure is. There are some people in their feelings about the price tag, which is $275. Dragonfly only seats 2. D-Real?
That seems fair, does it?
Huh?
Maybe, just maybe, they should go with the more economical company.
How do we feel about vehicles for action figures? I wanted to get that right there, because I know what I'm looking for, D.
Right. And what I wanted to say on that, as a kid, I always wanted that big Millennium Falcon. And
I get that.
just growing up the way we grow up, you can only get so much stuff for Christmas. You can only get so much stuff for your birthday. But Mom's would never budge on that, and I always wanted one, and I never got one. And I always had friends who had them, and friends who had all the extra accessories and all that kind of stuff in the vehicles, and it was just
the Millennium Falcon would have been big enough back then, and we just talk about 3.75-inch figures.
Yep.
I can't imagine how big said Millennium Falcon would be today, and we talking 6 to 7-inch action figures. That's the big. I don't know where you putting that in your house. I don't think that's even going in the house. That's got a room by itself.
Yeah.
Here's what I want, though. Y'all let me know. I don't want the Dragonfly. I don't want anything Cobra related. I don't want anything G.I. Joe related. We talking action figures. We're not going to act like they don't watch us. This is participation time with the Rock With Me Nation. We want the Quinjet seating 6. Give me right now with the Quinjet the action figure that should come along with the Quinjet to open up the campaign. Come on now, let's do this. Let's participate in this. D-Real, what you got? The Quinjet with the action figure. One action figure, seat 6, and there's room in the cargo bay for Hawkeye's Sky Cycle. So
that's a big vehicle.
It ain't. Watch this. It ain't as big as you think it is.
Are we talking about the Sky Cycle that Hasbro got out right now?
Yeah.
You talking about being able to store that? Are we storing it like G-Force style, or are we storing it like you stored it in the copy?
I'm talking about. Me and the missus were talking about this last night. So I said, you know what? Because we gonna mess around and do it ourselves. You sit 2 in the front, right? 2 in the front. That's not bad. 2 figures in the front,
right?
Somebody's
got to fly it.
Right, right. Then you got 3 on each side in the cargo bay. They sitting down. They not standing up. They sitting down.
Kind of like in a C-130?
Right. 3 on each side. Then you got in the middle, that space between them, that's where you would put Hawkeye Sky Cycle.
Okay. I suppose that would work.
Now the reason why I'm saying is because when you say it's a big vehicle, I don't think it's that much bigger than the Thunder Tank. And the Thunder Tank sit how many? 5? 6?
Yeah, but it seats 5 right there up in the front.
Right. Well, no, it sits 2 in the front.
Well, no, I'm saying they all in one area.
Right. So that would be the crux for your Quinjet. You gonna have them right there in that one little cargo bay, because that's how they sit.
Okay. So I mean, what are we talking about here? More vehicles or accessories like that? Because I can think of a bunch.
Yes. What I'm saying is this, and I was looking at it. We have these action figures. We do no dioramas and everything like that. No vehicles to speak of except for motorcycles and everything. They tried to give us the Robbie Reyes car. I don't know what they had going on. But when I'm looking at Hasbro, I'm like, hey man, guaranteed money. Guaranteed money. The Quinjet, because that's been talked about. That's been talked about a little bit. Would you buy the Quinjet? And what would if they were to make a Quinjet, what would you need for you to go in your pocket and pull out anywhere between $300 and $400? Because the Thunder Tank is $5.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, there are convention exclusives of helicarriers and Quinjets, but I think it's for the 3.75-inch action figure.
This is correct.
So there is a Quinjet, but there isn't one for the 6-inch scale. How much would I have to go into my pocket to get a 6-inch Quinjet or a Quinjet that would accommodate 6-inch figures?
Would you be willing to spend $500?
I would pay, to me, and what I think is reasonable, the value of that Quinjet itself, whatever you think the Quinjet itself, and then add in the cost of maybe like 5 action figures.
Well, let's do this. Let's play like this. Y'all rocking with me, I'm rocking with y'all. We rocking with D rocking with us. I believe closed mouths don't get fed. They don't. And there are a lot of people, I'm of the mindset, that don't believe that we as a community participate in the action figure collection, even though we see that that's a lot. So for anybody that's rocking with this particular video, what I want to do is propose something, D. I got you right here with me. You've been collecting action figures longer than I have. I ain't seen Mr. Smith and everything. I wanted to talk to you. We got the Kamoyo Kid in here, the Sky Saki Tech Blues House, What It Rock With Me Nation. What's going on, Big Blue?
What up, Blue? What up?
The Avengers Quinjet. You're putting it together. Give me your tiers. You got the Avengers Quinjet. Let's say it's retailing for $399. Let's say it's going for $399, right? Give me your tiers of action figures. You got to give me 4. You got to give me 1 starting off. We're going to help Hasbro out. We want the Quinjet. Closed mouths don't get fed. Hasbro, we want the Quinjet. We want the Quinjet. This is what this video for. The Quinjet. Participation. What we doing? Y'all participate. Y'all put the notes down in the comment section, everything like that. Tiers.
We talk about action figures that we want to be in this Quinjet.
To come with this Quinjet. We know we ain't taking the Quinjet by itself. We know we ain't. What action figures?
So what character or what action figures should come with the Quinjet?
Yes, we taking suggestions right here, right now. We got the Rock With Me Nation. We got my brother D Real and everything. Let's go.
I can go nostalgic and say I would like a John Jameson figure to go with that Quinjet, a la the circa 1980s Avengers, Captain America, around that time when Acts of Vengeance was going on, and insured of the werewolf thing, and he was actually the pilot for Captain America in the Avengers at one point.
Okay, Steezel said Star Destroyer. I think I'm missing something on that one. Star Destroyer. Wanted Metroplex as a kid too. The Macindoll ship.
Wow. Okay. Maybe he said he wants a Star Destroyer, like an Imperial Star Destroyer.
I don't know. We talk about the Avengers Quinjet. We trying to get this made. Closed mouths don't get fed. We want Hasbro to know we want the Quinjet to go with our action figures. We can use the Quinjet for Shield action figures. We can use the Quinjet for superhero action figures. Low key, we can use the Shield Quin. We could actually, let me stop saying Shield Quinjet. It's a Wakanda Quinjet. Wakanda made the Quinjet. Let me go ahead and do that before D-Real.
Wakandan design.
Let me go ahead and correct myself before D-Real check me and everything like that. We need the Wakandan Quinjet. We do. We willing to pay big change for it, Hasbro. We willing to pay some money for this. $3.99 to $4.99. We're trying to give y'all some action figures right now. We need the Avengers Quinjet for 2024. Next year, 2024, next June, July, we need the Avengers Quinjet. We're trying to give y'all some ideas right now. Action figures.
And put a sky sled in.
He said put a sky sled in it. I got the Hawkeye sky sled on the way. I don't really need it. But if you gonna put that in there, you might as well. Wait, you ready? You ready?
Or Dane Whitman's Atomic Steed.
Who? Oh, now, the Black Knight and his Atomic Steed. Oh, Hasbro. See how we try. Oh man, great idea. Because we need another Black Knight action figure. Nobody wants that one that came with Cersei.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. We need a Black Knight action figure with the Atomic Steed fitted right in there and everything like that. Oh man. And so that could be one action figure down, a Black Knight action figure that comes with the Atomic Steed. It does. So we got one action figure. We need 4 more. So we got the Black Knight Atomic. I don't like that one because I like it, but I like that to be a tier unlocked later on. I don't. Now watch this. We could do it like this, D. But then I believe in making people want some stuff. Be like, listen, because if you say you got the Black Knight and the Atomic Steed, the next tiers after that got to be straight fire. Gray, Hawkeye, Widow, Wasp, Vision, T'Challa, and Iron Man. These characters already exist as action figures, though, Gray. So I don't know what would be the desire for people to purchase these action figures when they already have versions of them. But I like the list, though. Quinjet, also a new X-Men Blackbird. That Blackbird would cost change. That's the only reason why I ain't suggesting. That Blackbird.
Can we stick some Agents of Wakanda in there?
Why not?
I don't know if there is one.
Yes, Ronnie.
I have always wanted either a Kazar and Zabu set. I would love to see a Fat Cobra. Fat Cobra has always been one of my favorite immortal weapons. And I know there is a man-wolf figure out there, but it needs to be a man-wolf Star God figure.
Right. You know, and shout out to Aaron the Big Word Brinkley. He and I were talking about it the other day because, you know, we've been kicking around this Avengers Quinjet, even customizing it ourselves to make it ourselves by action figure. It really is something to talk about when you try and think about the action figures that would come along with the Quinjet to make it desirable. Like, okay, right off the rip, I think you got to put Yellow Jacket in it. Like, I comic book version, Yellow Jacket. I don't think we've gotten a good Yellow Jacket action figure.
We have a Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, we do have a Yellow Jacket, but I think we need an updated Yellow Jacket action figure and everything like that. And if that's the case, I think a strong argument could be made for an updated Janet Van Dyne comic book accurate Wasp action figure. I don't think we've got one of those in a minute. So I think we could go off the rip with a Yellow Jacket and a Wasp action figure. I think we could do those. I think those would be nice and everything like that. So that's 2.
Do we have? No, we don't. We do not have a T'Challa with an open mask, do we?
No, we do not have a T'Challa with an open mask, and that would be wonderful in and of itself to get that T'Challa action figure with the open mask. I don't know if that's something that they would do in regards to if they were to do that with the Quinjet, because by and large, they've given us all of the costumes that T'Challa has worn when he was a member of the Avengers and everything like that. I would like to see.
It would just take a head sculpt.
It would. I would like to.
They re-release figures all the time.
They do. You know what I would like? I would like if, say, when they released the Chris Allen action figure. Yes, we're gonna speak that into existence. When they released that they release a head sculpt, a half mask head sculpt, or re-release that the blue and black action figure and everything like that. The one that you and I had.
Cold type.
Yeah, release that. But yeah, the Immortal Weapons figure set is fire. The Immortal Weapons figure. These Steezer, that Immortal Weapons. Am I missing something? He said Immortal Weapons. He said Bobby Morse. I would like that.
Yeah, well, they need to redo the Bobby Morse figure.
Yeah.
They do have one, but redo.
Right. So what are we looking at? Who are we missing? Who are we missing? Because I like the Yellow Jacket and I like the Wasp. I think those.
How can I go real deep and hit you with some West Coast Avengers? How about some Living Light?
Living Lightning. I would like to see that. I would like to see a Living Lightning action figure that does represent our Hispanic community. We have not. I don't think we ever got a Living Lightning action figure. I like that.
And while we're at it, we might as well go with Firebird, aka Esparita.
You know what else I would like to get? And I don't know if this would move the needle. We need a Justice Vance Astro action figure.
Bruh.
That action figure that could either go with the Avengers or with the New Warriors. But we need a Vance Astro action figure. We have not got that yet. We need that.
And we need an Avengers costume Firestar.
Yes, we do. Is that the one that you're speaking of with the bomber jacket, the leather jacket?
No, I believe it was just they updated the color scheme, and it was a costume that helped her kind of control her microwave.
I know what you're talking about. So Hasbro, we dropping ideas and everything like that. We're trying to give you, because I know, and we want to turn this community over here in the Rock With Me Nation. We do want to grow our action figure. I don't want to say fan base, but we want to grow our action figure presence. We want people to know, hey, we buying action figures. We over here rocking with it. We need y'all to see us over here. We're trying to give y'all some ideas for a Quinjet. We need that Quinjet. Definitely Yellow Jacket and the Wasp. Thrice Blessed Armor. We ain't got that yet either. Facts on Vance. That's what D. Steezel says. Facts on Vance. Eric Masterson Thor. Christopher Bates. They do have the Eric Masterson Thor. You can pick him up. He don't cost much.
Is a Thor actually? They got one. Are you talking about the one that's on the site now?
Thunderstrike. I think that's his name. Thunderstrike.
Well, no, actually, they have a Thor. I don't know if it's dropped yet, but it's a Thor old school uniform, but it's got an Eric Masterson head sculpt where Eric Masterson had on the mask.
Yeah. That's a 2-pack with him and the Destroyer.
Yeah.
You got
it, Eric Masterson.
Yeah. That's there. I think it's retailing for like almost $50 and everything like that. Mr. Bates, but yeah, that's definitely there. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Patricia Walker. We do have Hellcat. Now, if that's who you're speaking about, Gray, Hellcat is already out. She's still available, close to retail price and everything like that. So I don't know what they would be doing in regards to that. They might consider that more of a Defenders, but Hellcat is out. I do like that suggestion. I had to get it myself. Cold Tiger would be nice. You know what, Mr. YouTube? It would be nice if there officially made him Cold Tiger.
Hey,
Like we going all the way
already.
back. We going all the way back to Ta-Nehisi Coates run, where we see Casper Cole with a whole new ass uniform. Like he shows up in the Intergalactic Empire with a whole new ass uniform, gray, but no code name. Like we ain't seen this dude. But this is one of the things that we be talking about when you have authors that come along that don't want to pick up the ball, is characters that's sitting out there and never get used again. 90s Thunderstrike, yeah, 90s Thunderstrike. Warriors 3 gift set.
Huh. That would be a novel idea. Warriors 3 gift set. I like that.
Not with the Quinjet though, but I do like it. Not with the Quinjet. I do like that though. I do like that. You know what I would like?
I love it. And this is just me, because I get all kind of whimsical and fantasy with it. I would love to have a big guard serpent figure. That's just me.
You know,
go on. I know I went off the rails.
You low key not wrong. You know what I would want, but I know they're not gonna do it with the Quinjet. We are missing it. A Bill Foster action figure. A giant.
With what incarnation are we talking about, Bill Foster? Because I know they repainted a Goliath and put a black head on it.
No. I kind of low key, and this might be me. I kind of liked his blue costume with the yellow pirate boots on it. You know, his
oh, you talking about the black Goliath costume or the giant man costume?
Yeah. I'm kind of with that one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, with the funky fro.
Yeah, with the fro. You know what I'm saying? You know. I don't know why his midriff was showing. We don't need to see that no more. But
hey, superheroes, they want you to know they work hard.
Hey, I don't want to see the dude with the workout belt either, with the big old G on the buckle and everything. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that and everything like that. Well, man, I think we did it, man. I think we talked about it. I appreciate you rocking with me, man. We talked about Valorverse. We talked about action figures and everything like that. Action figure collecting, making your presence felt. Because like I said, I really don't believe they know we out here. I know Valorverse does have a new Eclipse action figure. Nothing for the Kill Switch action figure. So if we want our presence felt as far as action figure collectors, we're going to have to start going on to these channels and everything like that and letting it be known, doing more videos with them and everything, letting them know, hey, we out here in these streets.
And even keep doing the thing in the community section of your page.
Yes.
Where we throw up the action figures or what we like to see or what we doing. I think that sparks interest. I got a little bit of feedback yesterday off of some stuff I put up about a 80s movie villains poster.
D-Real made them worst superhero costume videos. You did a worse costume video?
I did. I certainly did. And we know my man from the Legion of Superheroes was on it.
Who? Tyrock?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If I'm not mistaken, he was number 1.
Hey, you know what the sad part about it is? As kids, picking up the Legion of Superhero costume, comic book, we looked at Tyrock and we was all like, the hell he got on?
Hey, Theo, I have that comic.
Like, we never understood that. Like,
remember, I'm looking at it and I'm like, what does this Negro got on? Is he going swimming? Is he playing an elf in a play?
Listen,
is he a slave? What is the costume doing too much stuff and not enough?
This is the sad part about it. We looked at his boots and we looked at Robin boots and we was like, okay, that might be cool on Robin, but as brothers, we don't do that over here. We don't.
A whole-grown black man does not wear elf boots.
And then you got on white with your legs out.
White elf boots.
You got white with your legs out, looking like Black Vulcan over here. No, man.
They got the nerve to have a collar on with a fro. I read somewhere Mike Grell, the artist Mike Grell, who was doing Legion of Superheroes at the time, was tired of doing the book, and they told him, you got to make X and X amount of characters. And so
And
how come you did show the Native Americans love with their character, but you left us this Negro in a swimsuit that be yelling all the time?
Well, I think it's a little bit more in depth than that. I know there was an issue where, not an issue per se, but I know there was a point of contention where he wanted to develop Tyrock a certain type of way. Well, somebody did, and so he really created that character for that character to get canceled. Like it wasn't like it was like I want to do this character a certain type of way, but y'all want this foolishness over here. Okay, hell, I'm gonna do. Oh, fine, I'm gonna do it. It's kind of like and you tell me if I'm wrong with the comparison. In regards to Monica Rambeau, she was originally supposed to look like Pam Grier. That's who the character design was off of, Pam Grier.
Yeah.
But by the time editorial got done with it, she just wound up looking like a generic black woman. That's why I was like, I don't have any love. I know people feel some type of way about the Photon action figure that Marvel and Hasbro released.
That look, Theo, though. They're coming out with that look.
What you mean?
I know you stay on Hasbro, so you know they got the original Monica Rambeau look, and it's coming in a Monica Rambeau versus Dr. Doom.
Yeah, it's that Secret Wars 2-pack. Man, I left that right there. I got a homeboy that's gonna get it, and I was like, man, that first of all, the capes up under her arms, that's sorry as hell. I've seen customizers do a much better job with that. Hell, Marvel did a much better job with Banshee and Siren in regards to using that type of cape. So that's lame as hell. Then in regards to that Monica Rambeau, you don't want to give her 2 head sculpts? Like we don't know how to make, and see, that's, I don't like doing it because it sounds crazy, but we don't know how to do a different head sculpt with a sister. Speaking of that, watch this. Finna go on it like this. We love action figures. I love action figures. Valorverse, this one for you. Matter of fact, Valorverse, this for you. G.I. Joe Hasbro, this for you. Listen, you see me? If y'all can see Daryl look different than I do. Daryl got a bald head. He got a bald head. I got hair on my head.
I do got a bald head.
He got a bald head. Hasbro, Valorverse, free game. I said this to my wife last night. You can create an action figure that look like me, my skin complexion. Give him some waves. Name him Tyrone Johnson. That's a brother. You can make an action figure look like me. Give him some waves. With a part, call him Julio Ramirez. Same action figure, same head sculpt. That dude's Latino. You can make an action figure look like me with waves and a part. Call him Wamalulu Wapa. That's a Samoan. I know that name is stereotypically wrong and everything, but that's a Samoan. In essence, what I'm saying is brown is a rich variety of brown out there. It is. We would love for you to give us some action figures that ain't all dark skinned and looking like Daryl.
And I agree 100%. We are not all the same complexion.
Yeah, we not. And we just free game.
Not need to make us all the same complexion.
Just
give us all the same.
Yeah, that's it.
Bald head guys look the same.
Yeah, I
could find you 5 bald head guys. One might have a peanut head. One might have an almond head. You know what I'm saying? One might have a milk dud head. You know, you put them shapes in there. It's different. It's different shape heads too, as well as different color heads.
That's all we asking for.
3 or 4 different bald heads.
That's all we asking for. Like, give us some different shades of brown and everything like that. Give us some different hairstyles. Not always the bald head. Don't want to. Valorverse. We would love to see you do a brother with some waves, a fade, and a fish hook part. You can say that's me. If nobody knows how to get the fish hook part right, they can just take it straight back or at an angle, like right here. We can help you with the sister. We see Kill Switch, dark skin, got the nose ring and everything. She got the locks. Cool, got that. If you could give us a sister, and I know you might not know what to do with hairstyles when it comes to sisters. You might be kind of stumped on this one. Daryl, help me out. I thought about a sister. Watch this. I thought about a female action figure, military, right? Kind of like Kill Switch, out in the field, brown skin, and you can call her Tantrum, because I like the name. You call her Tantrum. You see what I'm saying? Afro puff, Or you can call her Rage. Get a deal with the lady of Rage. I think she needs, a little bit of change and everything like that there. And she was definitely about putting hands on people. You can sign a contract with her, Valaverse, and she rocked the Afro Puff.
Hey, they did it with Sergeant Slaughter.
You did right. You did it with Sergeant Slaughter. Bring her over. She could be the lady of Rage. Great action figure. Afro Puffs. She light-skinned. That's a light-skinned sister. Light-skinned sister. I like it.
Yeah. All day. I mean, yeah. They just need to sit the right people down.
Hold on. I like this.
And they get the right result.
Hold on. Miss Keita say black women with deep waves. Yes, them finger waves. Yeah, you listen. We trying to spend some money with you. You see this? We got a sister right here, Keita. This is a sister. She gonna buy the action figure. We trying to get you. We as Big Red would say, we are simply trying to put some money into your pockets.
Put some money into your pocket.
That's all. That's all we're trying to do. Even with the comic book companies. I said this to D. I said this today. D, help me out. We not really complaining about y'all movies because we don't want to spend money. We really want to go to the movies. We want to go to the movie. We want to throw all the money at y'all when it comes to the movies. We do. We want to pay for every movie. We want to pay for every comic book. We want to buy every action figure. We want to buy every Blu-ray, DVD, all the clothes. If good God Almighty Jesus, if somebody made some Black Panther under rules right now, boxer shorts. I'm too old to do briefs. I'm too old. I don't do briefs. Boxer shorts. But if somebody made some Black Panther adult under rules, I'm in it to win it. I'm in there. We're trying to spend money, bringing it up. Don't care who see it.
Yeah. I mean, we talk a lot about Black Panther merch, and for me, we just talk about action figures and comic books. I got way more Black Panther merch than action figures and comic books.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we want to spend the money, but it's like it ain't out there like Spider-Man.
We trying to throw it at you like Disney. You ready? I'm still D. How long have I been asking for my Chadwick Boseman movie biopic?
Longer than they've been listening.
You see, I'm trying to spend some money. Do I need to make the movie myself? Is that what I gotta do? I gotta make the movie myself.
You might have to, bro. You might have to.
We just want to spend some money. We just want to spend some money. Great. No woman rocked that cut better than her, in my opinion. She did. Listen, the lady of Rage, I rocks rough and stuff with my Afro Puffs. Rock on with your bad self. I am the roughest Rage. I am the toughest Rage.
Get with the
roughest. Listen, we're fighting off that damn song. You know what? Valaverse, you know what you need to do? Here we go. D-Real will like this one. You need Scrappy. You need a Scrappy action figure. You do. You need a Scrappy action figure. You need a you need a Lil Jon action figure. You do. Cause them some battle. Nuck if you buck. Nuck if you buck. Like them fighting songs. Like if you talking about what I would be listening to on my playlist on the way to get it in to a hot zone.
Tear the club up.
Nuck if you buck. Let me see. I hit that B with a bottle. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
gonna hit you with a old Never Scared by Bone Crusher.
Oh man, wait, watch this one. Bump the mother, calls him down for me. Bump the mother, calls him down for me. Bump the mother, calls him down for me. I ride for me. I die for me. Bump the mother. Listen, Valaverse. This contract's out here to be had. We trying to spend some money.
They can make tanks.
Yeah, we trying Hasbro. We didn't already told you about the Quinjet. We trying to spend some money. Don't act like me and D not gonna act like y'all don't be watching our videos like that, because y'all done made quite a few moves for me and D to know that even though y'all not publicly acknowledging us, y'all publicly acknowledging us. So the Quinjet, Do that. Paul Martin, yeah. Last time I remember Luke with hair was in the Age of Ultron run. Yes. Rage, action figure, skin melanin variation with brown and everything like that. We don't all look like Michael Jordan. I know. We don't all look like Michael Jordan. We don't all look like Michael Coulter. We don't all look like D-Real. We don't. Help us so we can spend some money.
Help us help you.
Exactly. Listen, man, I'm about to check out. Listen, I appreciate it. D, thank you so much for calling me, man. I've always wanted to do this part right here where I had somebody actually call in. I got to get another cell phone because the cell phone. I'm skeptical about just giving that cell phone out. Ain't no telling who be calling in and everything like that.
Hey, yeah, you put it out there, then yeah, you get what you get.
We're not gonna do that. Listen, I hope y'all enjoyed it. This was spur of the moment. I wanted to do something, talk action figures. We do buy action figures. I don't think people know we really buy action figures like that. Know about action figures like that. I'm gonna get with D.
I got a shed full.
Listen.
And then I got a room full. If I could show y'all the room that I shoot my videos in, y'all
action figures more and more on our channels and everything like that, because I believe it's not known that we rock with action figures. Not enough to be taken into consideration and everything like that. So I definitely appreciate y'all rocking with me. Y'all sending them pictures out there and everything like that. I know me and D-Real ain't the only one that's got action figures. I know that.
Yep. There's a few people out there. It's a few people. I done seen some of y'all out there.
Wait, say I seen like a cry. Steve will say.
Seems like they ready. They ready.
I am from Georgia. Like I ain't gonna say nothing, but hey, it is what it is. Listen, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Let's keep growing the community. Let's keep growing our presence and everything like that. Closed mouths don't get fed. We want better stories. We want more action figures and everything like that. Let's grow it. Let's blow it up. We got a network of channels and everything like that. We got my brother D-Real. We got Kaiser Slevin. We got Back of the Bus. We got Grand Madam. We got Nico Bean. We got Trey Michael. We love all them
folks. We love all them folks.
And my brother got a show.
If we rock with them, y'all should rock with them too, because they got something for everybody.
Absolutely. My brother got a show coming up tomorrow night and everything like that. So y'all make sure y'all check him out.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be there. And who knows? We might have another collabo coming up this weekend.
Oh, no doubt. Like you got my number too. You want to holler, man? Holla. Like Ja Rule say, holla.
All I'm ready to get dollar. I ain't saying, I'm just saying, love rocking with y'all, man. We gon', as Daryl would say, how do you say it, Daryl? Until you get me with another one of those other ones, I'm gonna be.
I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones, and until I do, y'all be good. Y'all be good to each other.
I love it. All right, brother. I'm gonna talk to you, man. Thank you so much, D.
Yep. Peace.
Peace.